Hey y'all. Alright, so I'm sorry that I am doing it this way. My live is not working for some reason. So we're just going to do it this way. So today I'm going to be talking to y'all about leadership and just all of my leadership tips, things that I do in my business for my leadership, and then just some tips for y'all. So let me find my notes. I had notes. So what is leadership? That is when you have one teamie under you, you are a leader. They chose you to sign up under, so it is your responsibility as their leader to train them or give them the tips or give them the tools that they need to have a successful business. But it is up to them to use those tools. We can't make our teamies work. We can't make them see the potential of this business. They have to do what they want to with their own business because we are all independent consultants. We work our business the way we want to, not the way somebody else wants us to. Leadership is also a choice. You do not have to sponsor. That is completely up to you. And if you have sponsored and you realize or decide that it's just not for you, Cincy gives us that option to take a non-leadership role. So that is something a lot of you may not know, but that is something that is available if you decide that leadership isn't for you. And then on the flip side of that, if you are a leader, it's not fair to your team, your downline, and it's not fair to you either to sponsor and then not do anything with them, to never talk to them again. If you make the decision to be a leader, it's up to, you have made that decision to have a team, then it really is your responsibility to give them the tools that they need, like I said earlier. So things that I do in my leadership, I have my checklist, and I've shared this. This is literally what I go by monthly. If I have anything else I need to add, I'll write it in. But other than that, everything that I need to do monthly for my personal business and my leadership is on this checklist. So my biggest thing that I have started focusing on this year is one-on-one communicating with my team and recognition. I feel like I've always been okay at recognition and one-on-one, but this year that has been my heavy focus because I heard Katie Lassiter say this in a training one time. Your success as a leader is not based on your team page. So you may have noticed this, you may not have, but I have really cut back my attention to our team page because I feel like, one, it's not being used the way that it should, and two, it was mostly me doing the posting. And like she said, that is not how I'm going to build connection with you guys. That's not how I'm going to find leaders. That's not how I'm going to strengthen my leadership, because that team page is not for me. It is for you guys. I share everything that I am doing, everything that I see other leaders doing, other people doing in their business. But that is for y'all. That team page is for y'all. So I've taken a lot of my leadership off of the team page, and I'm focusing more on texting, emailing, and group chats. So that is my main focus. So every Monday I send out either an email or a text, asking if you're up for the coach or you're up for the challenge. So any challenge, I do those on Mondays. And then we do the challenge all week because I do these right alongside with y'all. I'm not going to ask y'all to do something that you are not going to ask. I will not ask you to do something that I'm not going to do myself. And that is something that as a leader, you should not be doing. You should not be training or asking your team to do something that you're not willing to do yourself or that you have not already done. So Mondays I do either coaching text or challenge text. And then I'm always sharing. That is the next best thing that you can do as a leader, other than one-on-one, is showing how you're working. Share what is working for you. Share what you're doing. That's why every time I send out a customer email, I literally give you the link and share exactly what I sent to my customer so that you can take it, make it your own, and send it as well. I share screenshots of conversations, because when I first started, I didn't know how to have join conversations or party conversations. Like when I first started, I was sending books, giving every bit of detail, asking people to host a party. I was telling them all the rewards they could earn. I was telling them everything. I was not keeping it simple. I was sharing books. But I learned because other people shared their verbiage and shared what was working for them and shared how they were getting parties booked or sharing how they were having joint conversations. So I've put that into my leadership and I share everything. So sharing what I'm doing, the coaching text or challenge text or emails. And then each day I will text at least 3 downline or frontline. So I'll look at my workstation, pull some reports, see who's working, seeing who's got PRV on the board, whether they're active or not. I will send them a text, giving them some type of recognition or offering some type of help, or if they are up for a challenge, I will ask them if they're up for a challenge, and then based on their goals, that's how I determine their challenge for the week. Let's see. So that's what I do on Mondays. So Mondays is my coaching text or coaching challenge emails, sharing what I'm doing, texting at least 3 downline or frontline. And then on Tuesdays, I do this. I'm not very consistent at, that I'm trying to get better at, is doing some type of Tip Tuesday on our page. But like I said, I'm not very consistent with that one. I am working on that. So some type of live or training video or some type, if I don't have anything I feel like I have to offer, I will find something on YouTube and share it. And then something else that I have started as well is sharing one income producing activity, because we've got to get back to the basics and focusing on one activity a day, one income producing activity a day. And if you do that, you're 1% better each day. And then also something else that I have started is when I am doing my recognition text, I will make sure to ask them, hey, if you are up for it, please share on our team page what you're doing. How are you working this month to have all of your PRV? What are you doing to make you so successful this month? Not only is that going to help everyone else, but it's also pulling out the greatness in them and making them realize that they have something to offer. And that's also eventually going to pull out the leader in them. So definitely recognition and one-on-one texting, and then sharing how I'm working. Those are the That's the biggest things. My biggest tips on leadership and working with your team is pulling those reports, seeing who's working, who has PRV on the board, who is showing up, who's sponsoring, and then just working with them. Find out what their goal is and just help them get there. Give them the tools that they need to make those goals happen. So that is what I do as a leader. And then, let's see, when it comes to onboarding new teamies, I'll talk about that. So when it comes to onboarding new teamies, for my frontline people that I personally sponsor, they get a welcome text from me. And then I also, before I even start any type of training, I want to know why they joined. What made them click that join button? Because that's what's going to determine how I train them. Because if they just joined for the discount and a little bit of extra money to get paid back on their own stuff, then I'm not going to throw everything at them. I'm not going to talk about sponsoring. I'm not going to talk about hitting 2,000 PRV. I'm not going to talk about all of that. I'm just going to make sure they know about the first things first checklist, and I'm going to make sure they know how to open up a launch party. And then if they want me to, I will help them do a Facebook launch party. But if they're just wanting to get paid back on their own stuff, then I want to make sure that they know how to open a party link and to make sure how they know how to place orders under their party link so they're going to earn rewards. And then if they join because they want extra money, they want an extra $200 a month or something, then I will train them a little bit differently. I will make sure they do their first things first checklist, get them a launch party started. And then I'll give them little mini challenges. Open your kit live. Reach out to 5 of your closest people and ask them to do a party for you to get your business going. Little things like that. Little tangible tasks that they can do to start building their business and start seeing success. Because once they get their first paycheck, they're going to see the potential of this business. And they're going to want to keep growing. So that is what I do for onboarding. I do have videos that I send them, and things like that, add them to the team page, all of that kind of stuff. But that's really all I've got. I did want to go over the comp plan. I don't know where my catalogs are currently. That is not a good thing. I know I have some. Oh, there they are. They're hiding. All right, so really quick, I did want to go over the comp plan with y'all because some of you that are in this group do not have a team yet and are working towards that. So if you are an essential consultant, to get that first pay raise and that 5% bonus, you do need to sell your $1,000 lifetime PRV, and then you hit certified. And then your next promotion after certified is when you start growing a team. So to hit lead consultant, and then to also be paid a title as lead consultant, you need 500 PRV for yourself. And then as a whole, so as your team whole, so you and your other teamies, whether it's your downline or your frontline, you need 1,000 TWV, team wholesale volume. And then you also need 1 active teammate, 1 active frontline. So that's lead consultant. That's how you're going to either promote to lead or be paid a title as a lead consultant. 500 PRV, 1,000 TWV, and then 1 active teammate. Frontline. And this is all in your catalog. And then it's also on the workstation if you ever need it. It's on our team page. But the comp plan is very simple and straightforward. To promote to Star Consultant. So it's lead consultant, then Star Consultant. You need 500 PRV, 2,500 TWV, and 2 active Frontline. And that's to promote to Star or be paid a title as a Star Consultant. And then once you hit lead consultant, there's also leadership bonuses that you can earn. And you will also be, people will also be able to find you on Scentsy.com and be able to type in their zip code, and you will pop up and they can choose you to shop under. So that's another perk of promoting to lead consultant. All right, so then after Star Consultant, we have Super Star Consultant, and to either promote or be paid a title for Super Star Consultant, you need 500 PRV, 6,000 TWV, 3 active Frontline. And I know that sounds like a lot, but once you start growing and sponsoring people and you're teaching your team how to sponsor people, it's going to happen organically. Once you start growing deep and wide, these numbers seem like a lot right now. If you're just a team of 1 or 2, it does seem like a lot. But once you start growing, those numbers will happen and the promotions will happen. If you are working with your team and helping them reach their goals, you're going to reach your goals. So that's Superstar Consultant. The next one after Superstar Consultant is Director. Director is 500 PRV, 10,000 GWV, 2,000 TWV, and then 3 active Frontline. Once you hit Director, so from Essential to Superstar Consultant, your GWV and your TWV stays the same. Once you hit Director and you have another director under you, then your GWV and your TWV breaks apart and separates. So I want to talk about that because we've got a few people who are soon going to be promoting to director. And when that happens, that person's team numbers is going to separate from their sponsors' team numbers. So let me just put this as an example. So when I promoted to director, Courtney, which is my first director, she promoted after me. So as a whole, everyone that is under me as a whole goes towards my GWV, which is our group wholesale volume. Once Courtney promoted to director, her team, everybody under her, they broke apart, and that became my GWV because they're still a part of my group, but that they are now not a part of my team numbers because they are now Courtney's team. So they're still a part of my big group, but they are not a part of my team. I hope that makes sense. It gets a little tricky once you hit director and then you have another director hit under you. But just know, group is your entire group. So right now we have an entire group of 272 or 73, I think. And then as a team, meaning I'm your director, if you look on the workstation, if I'm listed as your director, there is a team of 71. So I've got 2 directors under me, Megan and Courtney. So their teams make up our entire group. So I know it gets a little tricky. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about that. But that's director. And then your next promotion after director is star director. So that's when you need 500 PRV, 30,000 GWV. So group, as an entire group, all 273 of us, we need 30,000 GWV. And then as a team, our TWV is 6,000 TWV. 3 active teammates, and then you also need 2 first-generation directors. That is how you promote and remain paid at title for Star Director. And then Superstar Director, same thing, 500 PRV, 80,000 group wholesale volume, 10,000 team wholesale volume, 3 active frontline, 4 directors. So that is the comp plan. It gets a little confusing once you hit director with the GWV and TWV. But other than that, it is very straightforward. We have a very easy comp plan to look and see how you're going to get paid. So that's that. But like I said, the perks of hitting lead consultant, you're going to start getting paid on those bonuses, and you're going to be found on Cincy.com when people are looking for somebody in their area. Let me look, see if I've gone over all of my notes. I feel like this is all over the place because I've got notes everywhere, but something else I did want to talk about is who to sponsor. Sponsor your best customers. I know that is scary. Trust me. I've been doing this for 6 years almost, and I have sponsored some of my best customers, but they also have made the best teammates. Because that PRV that you get from your best customers is a one-time thing. When they join your team, and whether they start growing a team or not, whether they are just a consultant who wants to get paid back on their own stuff, or they are partying with their people, they are going to make even better consultants because they know their people. They know their customers. They know their friends better than you do. They can take care of them better than you can. So do not be afraid to sponsor your best customers because, yes, that you're losing that PRV, but you're gaining an awesome teammate who could also be your next director. Let's see. See the opportunity in everybody. Not everybody joins for extra money. Some people join because they see that you are in this amazing Cincy community and they want that. They need that. So if you are sharing consistently what Cincy is doing for you, what was I trying to say? I don't know, but see the opportunity in everybody. Cincy can solve any problem for anybody, whether it's they just need extra money, they want to get paid back on their own stuff, they need that community, they want to travel. So see the opportunity in everybody. Do not say no for somebody, because we do not have that right to say no for somebody. And if you don't ask, you're already saying no for them. So ask everyone. I think that's all I had. Yeah, that's all I really had. But just my biggest tips for leadership is just one-on-one communicating with your team, knowing why they joined and what they want out of this business, and also knowing that their why can completely change. And meeting them where they're at in their business and not pushing them to do the things that you want them to do, because they may not want to make this a full-time thing. You can't push that on somebody if that's not what they want or that's not where they're at in their business. So one-on-one communication, recognition, and showing how you're working. Share with your team how you're working and what's working for you is the biggest tips that I can give you when it comes to leadership. So I hope this was helpful, and don't hesitate to ask me any questions if you need anything, but I am super excited. So if you made it through all this, your challenge for today is to have 5 join conversations today. or start today and have 5 joint conversations through the weekend. But that is going to be your challenge for the day. And then I want to hear about it because I'm doing these right beside of you. I'm going to go through my clubbers. That's another group of people to ask. Look at your club subscriptions. If your people, if your clubbers have $200 in a club order every 3 months, they need to join, because literally that's all you need to be a active consultant. You need $200 one time a year, and that's all they need. So if you've got somebody who has a $200 club order, they need to join. But look at your clubbers, look at your best customers. But yeah, that's all I've got for y'all. If you have any questions, just let me know.